I almost forgot to record most of this. Okay. Where is my share? There we go. Okay. Okay. Do you guys see that little document I was telling you guys about? The So it's gonna be very similar to the survey. You'll have text boxes here where you can type the names of your classmates. There's only 9 boxes total, but I think it'd be fun to get to know each other a little bit more. Um, so just because we're only 4 people right now, I don't think we need to put each other into groups. So if you guys want, if you're comfortable with what's the word I'm thinking about, like showing yourself, talking in the class, you're welcome to ask each other these questions through voice, or if you want to message each other, that's fine as well. I'll give you guys some time with that. Any questions there?
I think
I'm sorry?
um,
Um, okay. How about I start us off with one of the boxes. You guys can write my name. Was everyone able to open this, by the way?
which one?
The assignment called Find Someone Who.
The week one,
Find Someone Who. Let me see if I can find it here on Google Classroom. Okay.
the one that you just post a file to.
Yeah, so you will scroll down here and you will see it's the very top at 502. Yes, the Find Someone Who. You will see it's Google Slide as well, and you can type in it like the survey.
And you can type in there or not?
Yes, so once you get there, you'll have something like this. It's empty, but you'll see that there's text boxes
I got it. I see it.
that are there. So you guys can talk to each other. I'll give you guys like 5 to 10 minutes to talk to each other, figure out who has done these things. So I can give you my name on this first box right here. If you guys want, you can put my name here. I've traveled to Ecuador and Mexico. So those are the 2 countries I've been to. Um,
So
I
we can
think,
just type it in the chat. Like for example, me, if I want to put my information, I can just put it there and somebody can use it or
yeah, if you want, you can do that. That could be easier, so it's less chaotic, as
yeah.
well. So yeah, if you want to do that, you can put your information down in chat as well, or you
Yeah.
can stay at the class and take turns talking. Whatever's more comfortable for you guys.
Okay, so to do the assignment, I will have to download Google Slides, right?
I don't think you should have to download it. Is that like a something that's been showing up for you when you clicked on it?
So when I click on it, it just shows me like the image, but
Hmm.
I can type on it or anything.
Okay,
Um,
that's strange. And are you on your phone right now?
no, I'm doing it on my tablet.
Okay, your tablet. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see what. Is anyone else having that same issue?
Um, I found the pen, but I don't know.
Are you able to write on it, Albicia?
Do you see it? Can you see mine? I just write the first one, but look at it.
So we all have different sheets. So like I can write something here and you guys
Oh,
won't get it. So we all have our own sheets. Um, so whatever you type, I won't be able to see. But I could probably find it if I go to
Okay, so
my.
I had to download it and now I can type
Oh, you
on
can do it? Okay, that's good. I will keep that noted because I didn't know that was thing that I had to worry about. But thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, no problem. Mm, okay,
Let's
so
see.
my name is Celeste, and so we just have to do one, right?
Yeah, if you want to give, if you qualify for one or more than one, you can do that. and just help people.
Okay. So I have traveled to Greece and Italy.
Okay, that's cool. What do you think of both of those places?
I loved Greece. Like it was so beautiful.
Was it?
Yeah. But Italy was a little bit more like chaotic. Like there was
Hmm.
like a lot of stressed people and like it was really stressful.
Oh, I see. I feel like
Yeah.
Italians are also very aggressive
Oh
sometimes.
yeah. Yeah, they would mean mug you and everything because you don't know like their language.
Hmm.
Get to the airport, it was kind of hard to go for our luggage. And so we didn't like we would ask people, but then they would just like mean mug us or something like, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Has anyone else been to like Italy or Greece? No. Okay. Um, Irene, do you qualify for any of these boxes?
That's all.
Do you qualify for any of these boxes? Like, do one of these boxes describe you or fit with what you've done or have?
Try to understand. I
No,
did
it's
not too
okay.
much.
Did you find the
I do.
assignment? Oh, who said that?
Can I can
Oh, this.
I drop in into?
Yeah.
I've been to Washington D.C. a long time ago, but I still remember.
Oh, you've been to Washington, D.C.?
Yes, I went to Maryland.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
in the White House for a long time.
How was it in Washington, D.C.?
It was good. Well, it's still cold, the same like Chicago, so
Mm-hmm.
it's I mean it's every state different, but I feel like it's pretty much the same everywhere I go, but in United States, of course.
Right. And
Yeah,
I hear that they have cherry blossoms there, which I always wanted to see.
Oh
Those
yeah.
like pink trees.
yeah, yeah,
Did you see those?
yeah. They also had like a big tour something. I forgot how they call it.
Oh, okay. Like the one that shows you all like the monuments and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, that's cool. It's
yeah,
definitely like on my bucket list of things to do.
yeah, yeah. It's a lot of things to do, but
Hmm. Hmm.
it's
Has anyone else been to Washington, D.C.?
no.
No. That's definitely my to-do list there. So, um, anyone else have anything they want to share from the worksheet?
Hold on, let me check.
Um, for anybody that wants to write me, I am married to a U.S. citizen.
Okay, that's cool. How long have you guys been married?
Like 6 months.
Oh, okay. So you guys are
Yeah.
newlyweds. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
That must be exciting.
Yes, it is.
Mhm. Um, well, I guess we can put Celeste then for married to a US citizen, and we can put her down for travel to two or more countries as well. And Albicia, we can put you down for husband to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so that's three out of the nine. That's pretty good. Or like one third then. So I'll take that. Okay. Does anyone else have anything to add before I move on?
So can you say the pledge of allegiance is the pledge of allegiance to the flag of United States of America? Is that what they say? They're asking for? Can say
Yeah.
the pledge of allegiance? Ah, okay.
Do you know how to?
Oh, I always say it in the school, but I
Mhm. Okay, so you have it memorized.
yeah, I already know. Oops.
That's good. So that means we can also put you down for can say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, I can say that.
Hmm. Okay, we're on a roll here. Anyone else? Okay. All right, going once, going twice. Okay, so we'll take that. We got four boxes down. We can move on with the presentation, but if anyone remembers anything throughout the class, you can always tell us. Okay, go back to this presentation here. Did we all see it okay? Everyone good?
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we got to know each other a little bit, this is the part where I actually wanted you guys to do that student survey that you brought up earlier, Celeste. So I don't know if you guys can see the student survey on the Google Classroom, but this will give me a better idea of what knowledge and how much experience you guys have with classes and this sort of work and what you guys want in the future, just so that like if we were to make um more citizenship classes, we can keep these inform like this like report in mind. Um, so if you just go to the Google Classroom and it should be um the second from the top at 501. It should say student survey, and it's also a Google slide. Um, but we can spend some time now, or we could spend some time after class. What do you guys think? After?
Yeah.
After? I think so too. Just
Oh,
and if we don't have time, you guys can do it. Just make sure you turn it in on the Google Classroom as well.
okay.
By the end of the day. Okay. So I do want to let you guys know that everything will be recorded on Zoom and it's going to be posted on Google Classroom. And I didn't write it down, but it's also going to be on like YouTube technically, where I'm going to be posting that link on Google Classroom. So if you're not comfortable with like showing your face or just talking, let me know and I'll see what I can do about that. Because I think there's some people who told me they weren't comfortable with showing their face, but if there's any complications, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
And that being said, also because of that, um, if you feel sick one day or you're just really busy and you can't attend the Zoom class, you can always go to the YouTube channel and watch the class on your own time. And I'll make that like a homework assignment just so I can make sure that you guys are also um on top of like the knowledge. So before I move on, I do want to say that participation is always encouraged, but I also want to encourage participation for other students. So if you want to participate or you have a question, it would be great awesome if you guys could raise your hand. Um, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that function on the Google or not Google, but Zoom. But if I actually just took a screenshot of what you're looking for, it'll be on the bottom of your screen in reactions. Does everyone see that?
Huh? Yeah.
You see it? Anyone
Okay.
else? So
Where?
it's gonna
Oh,
be on
yeah.
the bottom of your screen. You'll see this little heart that says reactions.
Yep.
Does everyone see it?
Yeah, I see.
Okay. If you don't see it, let me know. But this little part of the screen is basically
Oh, I
gonna open this window here.
see.
And there's a little raise hand option that you can do as well. Um, and this is how you can participate and ask questions during these presentations. That way, everyone gets a chance to talk and it's not as disruptive. But I always do want to encourage participation. Um,
Okay.
and as everyone here, can everyone give me a raise hand so I can see that everyone got it? Okay, thank you, Albicia. Let's see. Thank you, Celeste. Okay. Irene, were you able to find that? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I see it there. Um, how about you, Maria and Giberta? Were you guys able to find that?
Ah,
Yes.
You found it? Okay, let me see. If you can raise your hand here.
hola, María.
Hi. Hola.
I know sometimes also like if you have the camera on, I think if you raise your hand like this, it actually counts it. Thank you, Maria. I think it's kind of cool. Like I think if you raise your hand and do this, it like tracks it somehow. I'm not sure how it works exactly, but
Let me
I
see.
think it's kind of cool.
Oh,
I
this
think
one?
thumbs up. I think the thumbs up also takes it too. Something
Uh,
like that. Yeah.
mhm.
Okay. So yes, please use these functions as much as you can.
Oh,
You, Gilberto.
awesome. That's
Um,
awesome.
just so that we can have a bit more productive discussions as well. Any questions with this?
Nice.
Okay. All right. Well, everyone can put your hands down now. I'm gonna move on to the next slide here. So, did everyone see? I talked about it briefly in class, just before class started. Did you guys all see the 100 questions I posted on Google
I
Home?
see.
Okay. So, in the 100 questions, there are certain numbers that don't have all of the information. Let me see if I can pull that up here really quick.
Are we gonna practice Alamo or just
Well, right now, I'm going to give you guys missing information. So, there are some questions here that don't have all the answers. So let me see if I can share my screen for that. No, that's not okay. Can everyone here see the document I'm looking at here?
the 100 questions?
The 100 question. Yep. So like for instance, if you scroll down, you'll see like these little blue links. And those links are based when you see that, it means that the answer it's not really answered. It depends on like I guess the current times because they don't want to add like let's say it's Joe Biden, but if you write Joe Biden and someone from like next year gets this exact document, it'll say Joe Biden and it's gonna be incorrect. So they usually just leave it like this so there's no confusion. So I'm gonna be going over those um to help you guys fill it in. Is everyone able to open this document here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but we cannot write it, right? We cannot write.
So if I recommend writing it, like if you have pen and paper with you, you can just write down the number, the question that it is needed.
Flashcards, so.
Yeah, so that's fine. I'm just saying like so just get like a little pen, paper. I'll have the number correlated to the question on the 100 questions, and you can just write the number in the answer. Does that make sense?
Are we gonna practice together or just in groups or how it's gonna work with the 100
Uh,
questions?
I'm gonna present it right now. See. Okay. So this is what we were just at. So the first one that you guys need answers for is number 20 on the 100 questions. It's asking you who is one of your state senators now? And
Determine.
yep, so you can put Tammy Duckworth or Dick Durbin, whose full name is actually Richard Durbin, but Dick Durbin's also okay too. Um, you only need to know one of them, thankfully. Um, So I can leave that up for a little bit if you guys want to write their names down on a piece of paper. Just let me know when you guys are ready to move on.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Actually, let's do it like this. Let's have it so if you're done or you're ready to move on, give me a thumbs up in chat. Or not in chat, but the reaction. Just so that I know that you're ready.
Mm.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Celeste. Thank you. Give you guys a little bit more time. Okay. Is everyone able to write down the names here?
Yep.
Okay, I'll move on. The presentation is on Google Classroom as well, so if you need more time, you can always check it out there. Um, for number 23, it's gonna ask for the name of your U.S. state representative. So if actually don't write this one down yet because it all varies based on where you live. For like Elgin and some of King County, it's gonna be Raja Krishnamurti. But it's not gonna be the same for everyone. So what I recommend doing is if you go on this website that's down here, let me see if I can
Oh, I already know my representative.
stop the share here really quick. Um, okay. So if you literally go on Google and type in find my representative, you will see this one. It's by house.gov.
Mhm.
And all you have to do is put your zip code in. So for instance, my house in Elgin is 60123. So it's Raja Krishnamurti. Um, does anyone here want me to check your representative right now?
My, please. I live in a Laken House. I
Okay.
think I think the name is Bill Foster.
Oh,
Just I need to see.
no, yeah. What's your zip code?
It's Laken House. It's oh my God. I'm new here in Laken.
Here's the website. Okay.
Okay.
So that's all good there. So if anyone wants to look into that, you're more than welcome to. So now for the next question, it's 28. It's asking for the name of the President of the United States now. And that is Joe Biden. All right. Anyone need more time?
That's okay.
Okay.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. For 29, it's asking for the name of the Vice President of the United States now. And for that, it's Kamala Harris, um, who's also running for president for this election.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
Mhm.
Are you gonna vote?
I plan on it just because it's good as a citizen. It's always good to vote because we all have our own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always recommended to, do that. Let's see. Next one. So next question is number 39. It's asking how many justices are on the Supreme Court, and we currently have 9 justices on the Supreme Court. This number fluctuates, so that's why it's not a consistent number, but these are our 9 currently. Let me do that. Next question is number 40. It is asking who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? And for this one, you can put 2 answers. You can put John G. Roberts Jr. or you can put John Roberts. I personally favor John Roberts because it's shorter.
Oh,
Um, but if you want to be extra, you're more than welcome to putting John G. Roberts Jr. because that is his full name. Okay. Next question. Are we all good with this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
John Roberts.
Okay.
With the justice.
Who is the governor of your state now? So for this one, it's J.B. Pritzker.
Pritzker.
Mhm.
J.B. Briscoe. With the
Okay. Um, Any questions with this guy? Or need more time to write down?
This is good.
All good. Okay. The next question is number 44 on that 100 packet, question packet. It is asking what is the capital of your state? And for us, it's Springfield.
What is the capital state?
Mhm. So it'll be more on the south from us. I think we're like around here, from my understanding. That'll be more south of us. All right. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Mhm. The 46 out of the 100 is asking what is the political party of the president now? You want to put Democrat. Hmm.
Okay.
And if you didn't know, it's represented by this donkey. Does anyone know what Republican is represented by?
Elephant?
Yep, it's the elephant.
Why Democrat is a donkey? And why the why? What does that mean?
I remember reading about it a long time ago, and for some reason it's slipping my mind entirely, but I will bring that answer to you next class. How about that? Because it is interesting. I don't know why they chose a donkey and an elephant. It's so
That's
interesting.
fine for the test. That's
Hmm.
fine. Just is like my
Yeah. Well, it's definitely not a question on the test, so you're good. Uh, Number 47 on the packet is asking for the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and that is Mike Johnson.
what is the name on the speaker?
Are we all good on writing his name down?
Yeah, what is it?
Okay. So that was the last question on the 100 questions that you need an answer for. Anyone need me to go back to a number that you might have missed before we move on?
No, ma'am.
We're all good? Thank you, Alicia. That helps me. Okay. Well, if you have any questions, please raise your hand, and I will get back to you. I know, Alicia, your hand is still raised. You can probably put that back down so that if you do have a question later on. Oh, I think she left. Oh, there you are. Okay,
You can put it up. I didn't
perfect.
know.
No, I didn't realize that it would shift you to the front on top if you had your
Yeah,
hand
I see.
raised.
I
I
see.
didn't know that. Okay, let's move on then. So some study guides I think would be important for you guys is that study guide packet I shared with you on Google Classroom. It's the 100 questions, that one I recommend. There's also flashcards that you can find online if you look up like USCIS 100 questions flashcards or just naturalization flashcards. You will most likely find them online. I also have these. Let me see if I can pull them out for you. Uh, okay. I kept them well hidden. Okay. So these flashcards I got as a gift from my teacher back when I was learning to be a teacher for citizenship. And they're flashcards as well with the 100 questions. But you can find this as a digital copy, and you can probably even print out the flashcards and make your own flashcards similar to these at home if you want to print them out.
I'm trying.
Um, there's also, if you want to go, I recommend using the USCIS website. You can type in Civic Test Study Tools. And there's an app for that, so you can always use that as a way to help you study.
I'm watching YouTube.
For the app.
No, I'm just study by YouTube when you don't have the classes. All this time I've been studying YouTube.
Oh, for like YouTube studying?
Like I don't know, it's all mixed specific questions and they ask you like a lot of things. And they also they put a it's like a real like the interview, like
Yes, they
it's
do put that stuff on YouTube as well, like to kind of make like a fake interview for you guys to look at and get used to. There's also like YouTubers who will like read the questions to you, and it's good because you need to understand the English language when other people speak it. So like if
yeah.
English isn't good, you'll only hear my annoying voice all the time when I teach this class. But it's good to hear other people's annoying voices because then you get
Mhm.
used to the way other people say it. So like I will sound different than a man, or they might have a different dialect. So it's
Mhm.
important to kind of get used to hearing these questions from different people.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, of course, the most important part is to study however you find is best. So if you find that flashcards are working better for you, then go with flashcards. I actually found this Spotify account, it's a playlist that it's like they read the questions to you. And I remembered when I first started teaching
It was
citizenship, I would put this on while I was driving so I can try remembering all these 100 questions. And it was
on
a
the
good,
Spotify.
I'm sorry?
In Spotify, you think?
Yeah, it's on Spotify. If you just type in like 100 questions, citizenship or naturalization, it
Well,
should,
it comes a lot.
there's a lot of options on there from what I remember, but
I
it's
see
another good tool.
U.S. citizenship test 2024, 25, 100 questions, 100 civic questions, 100 civics, 2024 civic questions in order.
Hmm.
U.S. citizenship test study guide, U.S. citizenship test 2024, citizenship party, U.S. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yes. So, the only issue with that using Spotify is that when you need the subscription. I think I have a subscription. I don't know if they still let you listen to Spotify for free with the ads.
I had the free. I
Oh,
had the
you
free.
do. They do let you for free.
Yeah.
And then also with that as well, it's not going to be catered for Illinois specifically. So if they ask you, what is your representative, it might be entirely different. So that's just the only downside. You just have to know that it's not correct or it's going to be varying depending on where you live and stuff like that. But the important thing is to don't stop
Mhm.
to keep studying and just be consistent with it because when you're consistent, it helps your brain what's why am I losing? It helps your brain kind of like submerge itself in this knowledge and just take it all in. So it helps remember. But also breaks are important too, so don't forget that either. Any questions with any sort of study guides?
Oh, oh.
Okay. So let's talk about the whole application and filing, and how that whole process works. So when you do your N400, which is the application for naturalization, you file the N400 application. Um, After seeing us, or if you have a different attorney or lawyer that you speak to, you'll talk to them about all the information first, get all the signatures done, and then you file the N400. From there, you get a biometrics appointment, and that's not always guaranteed. So sometimes you do need a biometrics appointment, and sometimes you don't need a biometrics appointment, which is where they take like your fingerprints and like a picture of you. Um, I don't know what the information they use to decide who gets or doesn't get a appointment for biometrics. I wish I knew more on that, but it's not something that I know. But you usually get it in the mail, so you'll have enough time to prepare for that. Um, Sometimes they'll also need more evidence for your case as well. Um, it's rarely rare, but it happens sometimes where they just need more evidence. It could be based on like child support or like maybe the divorce or if you have any sort of criminal background history, they'll need more information on that. So that's where that would come in. After that, you'll get another thing in the mail that says uh your interview date. So it'll give you the time, the date, and the location. In Illinois, I believe in everyone here who lives in Illinois, or at least on the northern side, I don't know about much about the southern, but on the northern side, you go to Chicago, and there's a location there where they do all these interviews. Um, After that, you do an oath ceremony.
Mhm.
And that is not always in Chicago. That it varies. I have seen people have different locations for this. So this is where you like swear. to be a citizen of the US, and no citizen for other countries would be dropped. And then after that, you are an official US citizen. Um, if at some point when you do your interview, and if you don't pass the first time, you do get another chance to take the interview for the civics portion. It's pretty rare though for our people that come to us to need a second time, but it has happened and they usually get it by the second time. So that's like nothing to be worried about um when it comes to your interview.
Okay.
Any questions about the process here?
How many time if you don't pass the test? How many days or how many months they give you to pass?
Um, oh, so like how long do you have?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I believe it was you get a year to do
Oh.
it again. I'll have to confirm it with Annie,
Oh.
but I will make note of that. That's a good question. And then I just saw your chat, Celeste. As for dual citizenship, I'm not too sure about that. It'd be really cool if they keep a dual citizenship, in my opinion. Um, I'm not sure if they like renounce your citizen like entire your citizenship away from like Mexico or wherever country you've been to or from. I don't know if they just take it away and say, you know, you can no longer do that. I know from what I remember, my family, they all are dual citizens, but I also remember that if you don't have dual citizenship, you can register in Mexico for dual citizenship. Um, I can look into this as well. And I'll like make probably a comment under the presentation with all this information, the questions that you guys are asking me right now that I can't answer at the top of my head. Yeah, for sure. I will figure that out. It'll be in the chat or something like that in Google Classroom when I get those information. Okay. Any more questions on the process here? Okay. So now let's talk about the requirements to becoming a US citizen. So you have to be 18 years or older at the time of filing. You have to be a lawful permanent resident. We also say LPR for short. You have to be a continuous permanent resident in the US for at least 5 years. But if you are married to a US citizen, you only need 3 years. Um, you have to prove that you have good moral character. You must have basic ability to read, speak, and write English. You have to have an understanding of the US history and government, and you must be able to attach principles of the US Constitution and oath of loyalty to the US. Um, any questions on the requirements?
No.
Okay, thank you. So some benefits when you become a US citizen. You can vote. You get a passport for travel as well. You can petition for your family members and you can have protection from deportation. Um, a lot of times when they ask you at the interview, why do you want to be a US citizen? Usually voting at a federal election is like the thing they like to hear for some reason. It's just strongest answer, and I think it's the easiest one to remember as well, like to vote. If you guys ever thought about your answer for that question, but if you don't have an answer for that question, I recommend making this your answer right here because it's easy and they like to hear it.
Yeah.
Any questions for the benefits?
Um, no.
Thank you. So some exceptions, when you apply for citizenship, if you have 50 years of age or 20 years of residency, you are exempt from the English language. And it's the same for if you are 55 years of age with 15 years of residency. So that means that you can take the interview or the test in your foreign language, which I know for a lot of us would be Spanish. Um, but if you are 65 years of in age and you have 20 years of residency, you get exempt from the English exam and you qualify. So you're automatically qualified, but also it's not listed on here that I will add is that you only have to memorize 10 out of the 100 questions. Or sorry, 20 out of the 100 questions instead of the full 100. So if any of you guys qualify for any of this, you're in the wrong class and you should be taking this class in Spanish. That's easier. Or what if Spanish is your native language. There's also a medical disability waiver. This is usually signed by a medical doctor. It shows that the applicant or the person applying to be a citizen has some sort of mental or physical abnormality that makes it harder for them to learn or demonstrate their knowledge with English or this history part of the test. Some examples of the medical disabilities would be Down syndrome, dementia, or schizophrenia. Um, this disability has to be at least 1 year old or expected to last at least 1 year. And in order to qualify, you also need to be able to take the oath of allegiance. But in some cases, they will excuse it for certain individuals who cannot communicate. Um, so this is very helpful for people who, again, have medical disabilities. But the tricky part about this is that you don't actually know if you qualify for a medical disability at until the day of your interview. So we unfortunately, like if you came into our office and told us you had this disability, um, we can't be like, oh, it's a guarantee that you will be exempt. Um, because unfortunately we won't actually know until the day of. All you can do is just prepare for the best and see what you can do, you know. For men who are not with us today, but I swear we have some male students. If you entered the US after the age of 26, you do not have to register for selective service. But if you were in the US between the ages of 18 and 26, you do have to register with selective service, and that can be done with this website here. Um, but if they did not register, they can file an affidavit saying that they were unaware and it was unintentional. Because you can get in pretty big trouble if you're like a male who was in during those ages and didn't and you knew about it, but if you didn't apply, then you can get in pretty big trouble about it. So, it's always good to have an affidavit if you were one of those few men who didn't register. Any questions, by the way, on what I've spoken about so far?
No,
Okay. Am I going too fast?
No, you're good.
I'm good. Okay. If I go too fast, just raise your hand.
I want to tell you something, Amy.
Sure.
When I see these pictures, this color, the yellow color, is not clear for me because when I take a picture, I have problem with the reading. Maybe not put this color
Okay.
yellow,
You
please.
No, yeah, that's thank you for letting me know. So what I can do actually
Yeah,
right now
please, thank
is
you so
we
much.
can actually change it just so that we don't have that issue anymore. I'll make it this dark. How's that look? Better?
Yeah, but I
Oh,
couldn't see the.
oh wait.
A ver,
Let's make it a dark. Let's just make a solid color
yeah,
there. There.
one color. That.
There we go. Okay.
Oh,
It should
perfect.
be easier for
It's
you to
better.
see now.
Yeah. Because I'm older, that's why.
No, I understand. And I appreciate you letting me know because I want to make sure everyone can see this information just fine. So I will have to update the one on Google Classroom as well so that it's an easier read for everyone. Okay. Well, any questions, I guess, on what I've spoken to so far?
Mm.
Okay. So at the interview, you're going to be asked questions about yourself and information on your N400. So you should know your attorney's name. The two attorneys I'd mentioned before, you would have either one, so Jasmine or Marlene. Um, and you need to have your pictures and fingerprints. Oh, sorry, you will have your picture and fingerprint taken at this interview as well. And then for the civics part of the interview, you will be asked up to 10 questions from the 100 civics questions. And this can range from history, government, and geography. And you have to get at least 6 correct in order to pass. So a lot of times what I've heard is they'll ask you the questions, and after 6 correct questions, they're just not going to ask you any more questions because you already passed. So you probably only answer 6 questions, which is a lot faster. And then also at the interview, you'll be asked to read a sentence out loud and write a sentence as well. And you are given 3 chances to answer correctly. So I recommend also practicing your reading and writing, if that's something you feel like you struggle in. Okay. At the interview, it's recommended that you arrive early. You also want to make sure you have your green card, your ID, and your interview notice, which is the mail that you get from USCIS, and then as well as other documents that you may need depending on your case. So that could also look like a final court disposition, your child's birth certificate, a divorce decree, or tax forms. It's recommended that you sit close to the as close as you can to the door that you were told you'd be called from. Always listen carefully for your name to be called, and your interview starts as soon as you are with the officer. So like the small talk and everything like that is also part of the interview.
Okay.
Um, at the oath ceremony, which is done if you pass your interview, you want to make sure you arrive early to the ceremony to check in. You want to turn in your green card, and you're going to receive your certificate of naturalization. After that, you will be asked about what happened since the naturalization interview, um, such as like any trips you've taken outside the US or any sort of arrests. And then after they follow up with that information, you take the oath of allegiance and you will become an official US citizen. So it's not too hard, the oath ceremony. Just make sure you have your information straight and any changes as well.
Mm.
Um, so when you take your oath of allegiance, you basically are making several promises of loyalty to the US. And here I believe I have a video for that. Can everyone here still see my screen on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So candidates, please raise your right.
On oath that I have renounce and abjure
All allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince,
potentate
state, or sovereign.
I have heretofore been a subject and citizen that I will support and defend
The Constitution and the laws United States of America
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
and I will bear faith
and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
when required by the law,
that I will support
non-combatant service,
the armed forces of the United States
I couldn't hear nothing.
Yeah.
required by law,
that I will perform work of this bill of rights
when required by law,
and undertake this obligation freely
without any mental limitation,
so help me God.
congratulations.
Okay. So that's pretty much the gist of the video, is that they're showing you what the oath of allegiance looks like. And I think that also shows you that you don't have to remember the oath of allegiance. As you can see, it's just raising your right hand, and you're also just repeating after the spokesperson. So hopefully that alleviates any sort of stress at the oath of allegiance ceremony. But yeah, it's pretty easy, I think, compared to the interview. So basically for the oath of allegiance, the simple version is that you're promising that you do not have loyalty to any other country, that you believe in the Constitution and will defend it, that you will be loyal to the United States, you will fight in the US military in a national emergency, you will do non-fighting work for the US, and you'll do other work important for the country when the law says you must, and that you agree to the freely and without any doubts. So that's basically what the simplified version of everything that the video said. So after your oath ceremony, you can register to vote, you can file petitions to bring family members, you can upgrade or bring up to date any petition you filed with the USCIS. So basically they'll process the petition faster. You can update your information with Social Security office. So like if you change your name, you can change it with the Social Security, your DMV and bank. I think now they changed the document, the N400 now, so that you don't have to do that stuff, that they will do it for you, which is pretty convenient. And then you can also apply for your passport. So now let's talk about the US flag. The flag is red, white, and blue, and it's always in this order. So you will never say white, blue, red, or blue, white, red. It's always red, white, and blue. Mhm. There are 13 stripes on the flag, and that's because there were 13 original colonies. This is an honor to the original states that were colonies of Great Britain before America's independence. And we call the flag the Stars and Stripes. So the 13 original colonies came from Europe and England, basically, and they traveled across the Atlantic Ocean, and this is when they arrived at the east coast of America. And they were all on the coast, and here you have the list of all 13. So you have New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and New York. You need to remember 3 out of the 13 for the interview because that's one of the questions on the 100. My recommendation to you is just remember the news. So I find it easier to remember New Hampshire, New York, and New Jersey because they all have new. But if you find it easier to do something else, that's perfectly fine as well. So there's also stars on the flag, and each star on the flag represents a state. So if you look on the US map here, we have 50 states. So that's why there's 50 stars. And Hawaii was actually the last US state to join I guess the last state to join the US. And so that's why the number 50th. There's also the Pledge of Allegiance. This is what you say during your swearing in ceremony. And they do give you a copy of it to read so that you don't have to memorize it. All school children in the US know. Is this too bright for you, by the way? This color?
Okay, for
Can
me,
I, because I can change the color here. Um, just let me know if it's too bright and I'll change it. But all school children in the US know the Pledge of Allegiance. And this is the first thing that you do every day. So I remember growing up and always doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and I thought it was the most annoying thing ever. But now that I'm an adult, I kind of understand the significance of it. Um, and basically, when you do the Pledge of Allegiance, you are pledging your loyalty to the flag and the United States. So when you say the Pledge of Allegiance, you're standing still, looking at the flag. You have your right hand over your heart, and if you have any hats off, you take it off for respect. Um, and again, the Pledge of Allegiance, when you say it, you're showing loyalty to the flag and the United States of America. So this is the Pledge of Allegiance here. Again, you don't have to memorize it, but for if you guys are interested, it goes, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all.
Perfect. So indivisible actually just means to not be able to be divided. So as a nation, we don't want to be divided. And that's why that's on there. We also have a national anthem that's called the Star Spangled Banner. This is basically a song of loyalty to the country. I know a lot of us are from Mexico, so I think I've heard the song for Mexico's loyalty, or like the Mexico's national anthem, but similar to that. Um, and it's basically when the national anthem is national anthem. Oh my God, I'm so tongue-tied. When the national anthem is being sung or recorded, we it's the same thing as the Star Spangled Banner. You want to look at the flag, stand still, put your right hand over your heart, and remove any hat to show respect. Um, it's gonna be played at the swearing-in ceremony, and you are not expected to sing it. It's a complicated song. It's a lot of difficult words. But I do have a video here that plays it for you guys here, so you guys can get a little snippet.
There is no sound.
So that there's your Star Spangled Banner. Again, a lot of complicated words, so you're not expected to memorize it, and sing with it. So let's talk about the colonists now. So these are the Europeans who came to live in colonies. And they came for freedom, political liberty. They also wanted religious freedom, economic opportunity. They wanted to practice their religion, escape persecution. And it's the same reason that people will still come to the US now. Um, and then there's also Native Americans. So the colonists fought with American Indian tribes and took much of their land when they came to the US. Um, So then the US government signed treaties with Native American tribes to move them to reservations, which is basically areas set aside for Native Americans. Um, Many reservations still exist today. I believe they're mostly on the West Coast, from what I remember. And many of the, oh yeah, that's exactly what I just said. They're on the West Coast of the country. And Europeans arrived on the East Coast, so they kept pushing them further to the west to take more land from them. So one of the questions on the 100 questions is to name one Native American tribe. So you have this whole list here of Native American tribes. So you have the Cherokee, Navajo, Sioux, Chippewa, Choctaw, Pueblo, Apache, Iroquois, Lakota, Crow, Teton, Creek, Blackfeet, Seminole, Shionne, Arawak, Shawnee, Mahagan, Huron, Oneida, Hopi, and Inuit. Personally, I find it easy to remember Cherokee. I think there's a car named after that, so that's why it's easier for me.
And Apache, well,
But it's also based on what you guys find easier. So, like, if Apache or Pueblo are easier for you, then definitely go with Apache or Pueblo, you know? Let's talk about the American Revolution now. This happened between 1775 and 1783. Um, in 1775, the colonists decided to fight against the British rules. This was called the American Revolution. American colonists' anger grew for years before the Revolutionary War in 1775, and decision to separate from the British was not easy choice for many of the colonists. So many of them pretty much joined this rebellion against the British. The British kept taxing the colonists without their consent, and the colonists had nobody to represent their need and ideas to the British government. The original colonists were also very angry because they were forced to let the British soldiers sleep, eat in their homes. And the British governed the colonists without their consent, denying them self-government. I'm also seeing this. I think this is really bright, so let me change this to a darker color. Red. So this is also a question on your 100 questions is why did the colonists fight the British? And you could say because of high taxations, which is basically taxation without representation. Because the British army stayed in their houses, so this is bordering a quartering, and because they didn't have because they didn't have self-government. And so those are the three main reasons. You just need to know one of them for the 100 questions. So let's move on to the Declaration of Independence, which is basically so our representative from the 13th colonists met, declared independence from Great Britain, and this is the first Continental Congress meeting. They were so angry about British laws treating them unfairly that they organized an army. And at the second meeting of this Congress, Thomas Jefferson and others wrote the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence stated that if the government does not want to protect the rights of the people can create a new government. And for this reason, colonists separated from the British rulers, and this was adopted in July 4th, 1777, also known as our 4th of July. And this is really dark.
sorry.
Let me change that color here. So the Declaration of Independence contains important ideas about the American system of government. So it states that American colonies should be independent because Great Britain did not respect their basic rights of the people in the colonists. And they declared independence from Great Britain as well. So to declare means to announce, basically, and independence is to be free. So that's what the breakdown of Declaration of Independence is. To announce basically the freedom. It was adopted, as mentioned, July 4th, 1776. Um, and the three rights in the Declaration of Independence, this is also important question on the 100 questions, is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You only need to know two of these, if I remember correctly. And Thomas Jefferson and others wrote the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson, as mentioned, he wrote the Declaration of Independence. He wrote in it, all men have the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, which is what was mentioned, the three rights on the page prior. And there are two rights in the Declaration of Independence. Sorry, three. There should be three. He was our third president, and he's also on the nickel. And he has a memorial, I think, in Washington, D.C. as well. Next is George Washington. He was the first president of the United States, so we call him the father of our country. He is on the $1 bill and on the quarter, and Washington, D.C. is named after him. Next is John Adams. He was our second president and one of the founding fathers. Okay. Any questions on information I've given you guys right now? Do you need me to go back on any slides? No? Okay.
In the exam, are the questions gonna be like multiple choice or not?
So, it's gonna be spoken. So the exam is done through oral interview. So it's gonna be the questions will be read, basically stated to you, and you just have to respond to them back by talking instead of writing.
Oh, okay.
There's been like rumors saying that at some point they're planning on making the citizenship exam a multiple choice. So like for instance, it'll say George, let's see, who was the first president of the United States? And it'll put George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and Aaron Burr. So you just have to there's like rumors of that going on, but as of right now, that's not happening.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Of course. Any other questions?
No.
Not right now.
Thank you. Okay. So let's move on to the civics test here. So it's going to be questions about the reading and writing and the civics stuff we just went over. So can someone raise your hand and tell me why the flag has 13 stripes? Yes, Irene?
The answer?
Mhm.
Sorry. Because there were 13 original color.
Perfect. Yep. Perfect. Because you're right. There's 13 original colonies, and because the stripes represent the original colonies. Both are correct. You just need one of them. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Can someone raise your hand?
May I answer?
Let's see. I think I saw Abisa and raise their hand first. I'll give you the next one, Anna. Okay.
Because we have 50 states.
Perfect. Yes, there's one star for each state because each star represents a state or because there are 50 states. All three are correct. You only need to know one. Let's see. Next question here. Anna, do you want to answer this one? What did we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance?
The United States.
Oh, thank you, Maria. Yes, we show it to the United States and the flag. All right. Whoever wants to answer this can raise your hand. What is the name of the national anthem?
Me.
Okay, Anna?
Yeah, it's Star Play. It's promise pledges.
You're close. You're very close.
And I was hear that the Star Pledge banner.
Albisa, do you
Me.
want to help her?
Yeah, the Star
Spangled
Spangled Banner.
Spangles. Okay, Spangles.
Yes, the Star Spangled Banner.
Okay.
Thank you, Albisa, for helping her.
Mhm.
Does someone want to answer this? What is one reason colonists came to America?
To be freedom. Freedom.
Okay. Albisa, what do you have to say?
Freedom. I
Freedom.
was gonna say.
There was other answers as well. So there is freedom. They also came for political liberty, religious freedom, economic opportunity to practice religion, and to escape persecution. Those are all correct. I'll give you guys a little bit there. But yes, I think freedom is the easiest one to remember. All right. Can I move on from this page? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Who lived in America before Europeans arrived? Can you raise your hand? Irene?
American Indians.
Yep, American Indians. You can also say Native Americans. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States.
Cherokee.
Yep, Cherokee. BC, you had your hand raised? Oh,
Seminole.
Pueblo.
Pueblo, okay. Anna, did you have a different answer?
Seminole.
Okay. Celeste,
Yeah.
did you have one?
Navajo.
Navajo, okay. I like that. Any other ones that we're missing?
Apache. Apache.
I'm sorry?
Apache.
Apache, yep. Okay. So yes, we have all these here as an option. Cherokee, Navajo were mentioned, as well as I think Pueblo Apache. I like Blackfeet. For some reason, it's just funny for me.
Love.
But yeah. Yes.
For me, Cherokee, it's easy because I remember the Jeep Cherokee, so Cherokee.
Okay, so I was right. It is a car. I was saying that. I'm like, I remember Cherokee because I believe it's a car. Okay, so can someone raise their hand and tell me three original states? Anna?
Yes, New York, New Jersey, Georgia.
New York, Jersey, and Georgia. Yep. Anyone else have something different?
New York, New Hampshire, and New Jersey.
Yep, okay. Anything else?
Me. New York, North Carolina. South Carolina.
Okay. That's different. Yes. North Carolina and South Carolina. Perfect. I think I mentioned it before, but I like to remember the news because it's easier. But yes, North Carolina, South Carolina are also a good option here. And I think Georgia was also mentioned as well. So good job, guys. Why did the colonists fight the British? Can anyone tell me? Albicia?
Because of the high taxes.
High taxes.
Taxation without representation.
Perfect. Because of taxation without representation or high taxes. And also because they didn't have self-government. Thank you. Can someone tell me what the Declaration of Independence do?
Free the slaves.
Yeah, not quite.
What did the Declaration of the Independence?
Declare independence from Great Britain.
Yes, thank you, Albicia.
So say the United States is free?
Yes, it did. So that's basically another way to say that it set the United States free. So it announced our independence from Great Britain. It declared our independence from Great Britain, and it said that the United States is free. Yes. Perfect. Good job. I liked your answers. Uh, can someone raise your hand and tell me when the Declaration of Independence was adopted?
July 4, 1776.
70.
Thank you. So it's July 4th, 1776. Good job. Let's make sure that we're raising our hands too, by the way, just so that we can make sure other people can participate.
Okay.
Thank you. Can someone raise your hand and tell me who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Thomas Jefferson, I guess.
Are you not ready?
Yes.
Declaration of Independence, Thomas.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson. Is everyone agreed to Thomas Jefferson? Alicia, Anna?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Thomas Jefferson. You can also just say Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Can someone raise your hand and tell me what are two rights in the Declaration of Independence? Yes, Gilberta.
Life, liberty.
Yes. Does anyone know the last one?
Mm.
Celeste?
Pursuit of happiness.
Yep, perfect. It's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Can someone raise your hand and tell me who the father of our country is? Anna?
George Washington. I'm sorry.
George Washington.
Perfect. Yes, I know we're all so excited.
I forgot.
That's okay. I honestly, George Washington is a really important figure, so I would fangirl too. George Washington or just Washington's okay. Who was our first president? Can someone raise your hand?
George Washington.
Do we all agree? Okay. Albicia?
George Washington.
Yes, George Washington. Perfect.
George Washington.
Okay. Any questions on these civics questions here? These are all going to be questions that they could ask you, and they're also listed on the 100 questions as well. So if you do have any questions, you can reach out to me. Next would be reading and writing. So I think I'd mentioned before that reading and writing were also part of the interview. So they'll be asking you to read something or tell you to write something as well. So let's work on some of that. So let's do reading first. Does someone want to volunteer and read this first? Anna?
Many states are in the United States.
Perfect. Yes. How many states are in the United States? Can someone volunteer and read this one?
Wait.
Maria, did you want to do it? Okay.
What?
I'm sorry. I didn't quite catch you. I think it's just my connection. Could you read that again for me, please?
What are the colors of the flag?
Yep, that's perfect. Thank you. And Irene, did you want to do this one?
Who lived here first?
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Who wants to read this sentence here?
When is Independence Day?
Okay. Thank you. I'll give you the next one, Gilberta. Do you want to do this one?
Oh, okay. Who is on the dollar bill?
Yep. Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Can someone read this one for me?
Me?
Anna?
Who was George Washington?
Yep. Who was George Washington? I'll give you the next one, Anna.
Thank you.
Okay, Anna, you want to read this one?
Who is the father of our country?
Perfect. All right. Any questions on these reading sentences?
No.
Okay. So now let's move on to writing. Let me see if I can actually do this correctly on here. Whiteboard. Okay. Just 1 second. It seems to be loading up for me. Okay. Right there. Okay. Let me see if I can figure this part out. Why is it not showing up for me? Okay, it's still loading. That's all. Do we all see this whiteboard here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna write some numbers down. Please. Okay, this one will be number 1. This one will be number 2. Okay, we'll start with those 3 for now and make sure that this works. So, with some, does everyone here have pen and paper?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do this first. On the pen and paper that you have with you, could you write, I'm gonna read some sentences to you. If you could just write them down on the pen and paper, and then afterwards we will write them all on the whiteboard. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Thank you, Celeste. Okay, so let's start with the first sentence. Let me know when you guys are ready. You can give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Okay. Do you have a question, Anna? Or is that your thumbs
I
up?
don't understand what I'm doing. I have to do. I
Oh,
don't
it's okay.
know.
So here, let me close out of this so that it's not confusing everyone here. Okay. So let's get some paper
Okay.
and a pen, and I'm going to read sentences to you.
Okay.
You're gonna write the sentence on the paper.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Is everyone here ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Let's do the first sentence then. The first sentence is, there are 50 states.
There are 50. There.
Okay. Anyone need me to repeat?
They are. Yes.
Yes, for me, please.
Sure. You can always ask me to repeat.
Mhm.
There are 50 states.
Thank you.
Show you?
No, let's save that at the end.
Okay.
So we'll go over it all together at the end.
I have a question.
Sure.
Does it matter, like when you say 50, we write it as a number, or we have to write the actual words, like the letters?
Yeah, sure. So that's a good question. When you have numbers on the sentence, you can do the number or you can write it out, whichever is easiest for you.
Thank you.
The number.
Yeah, I think the number is easiest too, right? Are we all ready for the next one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll do the next one. Number 2 is, the colors of the flag are red, white, and blue.
Flag.
Can you repeat it again?
Yes. The colors of the flag are red, white, and blue.
White. White and
Can you repeat again?
Yes, of course. The colors of the flag are red, white, and blue. Are we good to move on to the third sentence?
Yes.
mhm.
Okay. American Indians lived here first.
Indians. Live here. Live.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
Can you repeat for me, please?
Of course. American Indians lived here first. Does anyone need to repeat? Okay. The fourth one is Washington is the father of our country.
Is
This is the other question.
This is the next sentence.
What you say? Sorry.
It's okay. Yes. Washington is the father of our country.
our country.
Does anyone here need a repeat? Okay. Are we all good to move on to the fifth sentence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do Washington was the first president.
Was first.
Excuse me, could you repeat? Thank you.
Of course. Washington was the first president. Does anyone need more time?
No.
Okay. Next sentence is Washington is on the dollar bill.
Is
Any repeats?
Yes, for me, please.
Mhm. Washington is on the dollar bill.
Thank you.
Mhm. Okay. Are we all good to move on to the last sentence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The last sentence is Independence Day is in July. Independence Day is in July. Okay. Does everyone have all their sentences written out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me open up that whiteboard again. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So this one will be number 1. That's way too big. Okay. I don't like the sticky note. I'm learning I don't like the sticky note. Delete this. Just text box. Can everyone see what I'm typing out right now?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
I write down all the sentences in my notebook, not in the chat.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Albisi just wrote it, I'm assuming because she didn't have the pen and
I
paper with
did
her.
it. I did it on the chat too because sorry, I'm driving.
It's okay. Yeah, I know you have to drive. Okay. So, Irene, do you want to do number 1 for me?
I try, I don't know.
It's okay. So just click on it and you should be able to add to that.
Okay.
And, Celeste, do you want to do number 2 for me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see. Maria, do you want to do number 3?
Number 3. Okay.
Let's see. Anna, do you want to do number 4?
Yes.
Okay. Here, let me make this bigger for you guys so that it's not too crowded.
I just missed one sentences, but I did, I think, all of them.
Okay, and where did I leave off of? Anna, you're doing number 4, we said?
I don't know how to do it. I try to put my pen in the 4.
So you'll see like, an option on the side that says text on the left side.
Yes.
So select text and just put it down by 4.
No.
No? Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it. That's my job also. I'm trying to teach you guys how to use it. A little bit of technology. Let's see. You can also write it out with the pen if you want. If that makes it easier for you.
What is the question for me then? Number 4.
Yes. Did you write that one down or do you need me to repeat it to you?
Okay. I don't know.
No, it's okay. That's good. That's good. Where am I? Number 5 now. Gilberto, did I give you one yet?
Yes, la question 5.
Yeah, can you do 5?
Yep.
Thank you. And Adriana, do you want to do number 6 or did I already give you one?
How
That's
can
correct.
I
Number
do it?
6.
I don't understand.
Okay, it's okay. And
But I can show you my notebook.
okay, that's fine. Let me know if you guys have any issues. And then one. I know you're driving Albicia, so does someone want to do number 7 for Albicia instead?
And did you check I just missed one sentence.
Yes, I did see all of yours.
Okay.
I'll do number 7.
Thank you, Celeste. Let me see. If I do this, Anna, if I add this right here, can you click on it?
Yeah. And then write down, right?
Yeah, just type it out if you can.
Okay.
Like, do you see this one right here where I'm typing all those little dots?
Yeah, sure. So,
Uh, see. Okay, yeah, I see your comment here. Let me see if I can just put it on number 4 for you. That's what you wrote. And who did I give number 3 to again?
For me, I'll try to do it with my finger, and
Oh, okay. I see.
I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
No, do you know how to type in chat here, Maria?
And no, I don't think so. I'll do it with my finger, but no, it's like,
Like in the chat for Zoom, the Zoom
oh,
chat
okay, okay.
where Alicia was typing. Try typing
Oh,
it there,
that,
and I'll just copy and paste it to the whiteboard for you.
okay. America. Yes.
And then I gave it to number 5 to you, right, Adriana?
No, you said number 6, so I did number 6, but I
Okay.
can do 5 if you want me
You
to.
don't do, I don't remember who was doing 5. I'm losing track of everyone. But yeah, whoever who did I give number 5 to?
Here first.
Okay. Well, if you want to do number 5, Adriana, you're more than welcome to.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Me? Okay.
Oh, Gilberto, you did it. Okay. Okay, Adriana, wait, never mind. We got it. We found out who number 5 was.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Let's
Let's see. And then, did you type your sentence out in chat, Maria?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Let me make this a bit bigger so oh, never mind. I can't do that. Let me do this. Okay, can everyone see those then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go through them together. How does number 1 look for everyone?
They are retested.
Why?
I'm sorry?
States, it's, I don't know.
So from what I see, number 1 wrote it good. States would be plural, so the S is there, since it's multiple states. And again, you can also write it like this if you wanted, instead of the 50.
Oh,
state need to put in capital or not?
No, it's not necessary because it's not a name. So it's God, I'm so bad at explaining English, but yes, it's not like a name, so let's just leave it at that. You don't have to capitalize it.
Okay.
How about number 2? The colors of the flag are red, white, and blue. Do we all agree this looks good?
Yes.
Capital,
Yes.
the
D,
capital letters, the D.
capital, the first letter.
Yep. So I think everyone has access to this as well, but if you see something, you can always write on here as
Capital.
well. So that should be capitalized. Anything else? So is number 2 good?
Flag. Do you think flag is capitalized too or not? Flag.
Flag would not be capitalized, no.
Oh, okay.
So I think it looks good, but do we all agree that looks good?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's do number 3 then. The sentence was American Indians lived here first. What do we think of it?
The word live.
The word live.
With D.
And the
So,
word first too.
okay. Does someone want to correct it on here?
So it's lived, Lived.
Okay.
And then first it's First.
So it should be this and first,
Oh,
like that.
first. American English live here first.
Yep. Okay. Any other corrections?
No.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's move on to number 4. What do we think about number 4?
Washington is the
Washington is the father.
Country shouldn't be capital C.
What was that, Adriana?
The word country, C, shouldn't be capital.
Shouldn't be?
No.
Do we all agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also Washington, I think it has an extra H.
Yep. So let's see. Washington like this.
oh, okay. Washington. Washington.
It's good to put the period, right, at the end, the sentence.
Yep. So period. And this one also forgot one. And also to go back to Adriana, so technically this is like a title, the father of our country. Most of the time you would put it in quotation marks like this. So actually this is the country part is correct. And the only thing that
Father.
needs to be capitalized here is
Capitalized.
father. Yep. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because this whole thing here is like a title, so it would be all capital. Well, not all capital, but like the important parts. Okay. We all good with number 4? Okay. Oh my God, I just realized it's 7 o'clock. Okay, let's finish this up really quick. Number 5 then. Washington is on the dollar, or no, Washington was the first president is number 5.
Was the dollar?
That's okay. We can correct it. So let's start off. So this is correct. This part is not part of the sentence. Does someone want to write the last part for me? Was the first president? Adriana, I see you're hovering right, but do you want to type it out for me?
First. First president.
Perfect. Does that look good, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Last 2. Washington is on the dollar bill. Does this look good?
It's
Yes.
Okay. And I don't know why number 7 went away, but last one is Independence Day is in July.
Independence in July.
So is it? No.
You can ask the question if you'd like. I don't think there's dumb questions, so
I was just gonna say, but I think it is well, day, does the D capital? I know
Ye-
July because of the month.
So because Independence Day is like the name of the holiday, like all that, they would both of them be capital.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Yeah, so like just like the father of our country, it's grouped up together, so that's why it's capitalized.
Okay.
Okay, any questions on that writing?
No.
Okay, let me stop this and let me share my screen here one more time, and I'll let you guys go. Okay. Do we all see my screen here okay? It says right?
Yes, one.
Okay. So I wrote down all the sentences here that we looked into. Yeah, so if you want to look into those sentences, it'll be at the end of the presentation. Finally, I do want to talk about homework. So I did make a homework assignment on Google Classroom. It's due October 2nd at 11:59. So let me show you this really quick. Should be posted by now. Okay. Oh yeah, so here it is. It's labeled as homework number 1. You will just open it. It's a Google Doc. Well, not a doc, it's a Google Sheet, or I believe it's Google Sheet. And you just go through it, answer it, the questions, to the best of your ability. So I will let you guys use Google to help you answer questions if you want. Just make sure that you don't copy from the website. I want to make sure that you guys are understanding what you're reading, so just type it out on your own way. And also make sure that you're using like resources that are actually good, not like Wikipedia, because those are not reliable resources for these sort of questions. And this should all cover everything we talked about today. Any questions before I let you guys go?
Is this the
State it again about the homework. Sorry.
It's okay. So the homework is on Google Classroom. It just posted at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's gonna be called homework number 1.
Okay.
And it's a Google form. That's what it's called. Google form. When you open it up, you'll see this. There'll be the directions up here, and these are all the questions. There are 13 questions and 1 bonus question for like extra credit, I guess. But yes, you have until October 2nd at 11:59 to submit it. And there's no time on this, so you can take your time on that as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions on the homework?
No, thank you.
Okay. Okay, in that case, I will be uploading this video on YouTube sometime tonight, and I'll post it on the Google Classroom. And I will also have, I was going to update the presentation. So the presentation's up there already as well. So if you guys want to use that presentation for homework, you can reference that as well. But yeah, if you guys have no questions, you are free to go. I'll stick around here a little bit longer in case anyone here does have any questions for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. See you. Thank you. Bye.
See you next
Bye.
week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Alicia.
Bye, Michelle. Me llamas, Michelle. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye, bye.
Okay. Any questions, Adriana, before I let you go?
No, I was just trying to look.
No, you're good. I was just not sure if you were sticking around for questions or whatever it is, if you just want to
Oh, no,
vibe.
sorry. I just gotta exit through the exit.
Yeah. I can always end the meeting too, so there's no issue. I was just making sure that you were okay before letting you go, or if you just wanted to vibe with me,
No, thank you. You did a phenomenal job. I appreciate it.
Of course, I'm glad to hear. Have a good rest of your night, all right?
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.